we are alone, but we shouldn't be feeling lonely. Being alone is not good for your health, but you're responsible for your own life, right?
True.
I see people walking around like zombies, and the concern is the football game, the concern is the Netflix program. The money runs out 2 days before the salary is due, and there's no growth because they've been conditioned not to have abundance in their life. They can have a limitless life, but they choose to be limited and confined within the boundaries they set themselves. And you know what? The person who's embarrassed of being seen small is too embarrassed of rejection, so they never go out and sell their company to anyone, sell their idea, their vision, because they don't want to get rejected. They care about people's opinions. The moment you stop caring and loving yourself first, the future's bright.
Very short and very deep. Hi, this is Mariam Al Harmoudi, and I am so excited to welcome in the arena today the legend, the man behind the Gladiator mastery, the founder of Arena Capital, Mr. Dariush Soudi. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to my own studio.
Yeah, it's a beautiful arena. Beautiful arena.
Thank you so much.
I love the new podcast room.
We love and respect you so much here. Really, we do. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you. I highly appreciate your kindness and your prosperity to give me the opportunity to share and explore your deep journey of a true gladiator. For me, a true warrior. Yes.
Thank you.
Life.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
Thank you. The honor is mine. So, who's Dariush?
If a human being, a being that is full of love, all love,
Yes.
that is constantly seeking to leave a legacy for his children.
Yes. Amazing.
That's me.
Very short and very deep. Amazing.
Yes. It's not
amazing
about,
vision.
Thank you. It's not about money. You know, people expect to say, oh, it's money and business, and ultimately it's all about love, right?
True.
And it's ultimately, we all go, it's all ultimately about what we leave behind, who we help in the right way.
True.
And in this journey called life, we're going to get hurt.
Yes.
People are not going to like us because of the way we look, because of our religion, because of my hair, or whatever, or where we're born. People judge. And if you're going to get affected by what people think, you won't have a good journey.
True, you are right.
Just
I
keep
totally
giving
agree
love.
with you.
Yeah, just keep giving
And
love.
I feel the more we judge, the less human we become.
Exactly.
Yes.
And more ignorant we are.
You,
You know, you like traveling, and I love traveling. And the more I travel, the more I love the human race.
True.
And it's incredible how similar we are
true.
to each other.
And I have seen you always, you love traveling. I can see you. I'm following you, since almost 1 year now. And I can sense the love of traveling
Yes.
and, exploring maybe the new cultures, new countries, traditions. And you always travel in first class.
Yes.
This is why. So what travel experience had add into your, it shapes your character? In which way?
Again, the more I travel, the more I realize that every one of us around the world have the same goals and same fears. We all want to provide for our children. We want to have roof over our heads and security and safety. That's all we care about anywhere you go in the world. Okay? Just sometimes in a communist country, the people have been become harder because they're suspicious of the government. Capitalist, more suspicious of competition. But ultimately, everybody has the same fears. And ultimately, we all like communities. Do you remember during COVID, people said people won't get together anymore. People won't shake hands. But that, as human beings go, we actually like we like communities. We like getting together. Anywhere in the world, people like tea rooms, coffee shops, and I'm going next week to Toronto in minus 15 degrees centigrade. I can promise you, I'll sit in a coffee shop that's full of people, and they might be on their laptops, on their phones, but they actually like being together.
Yes, true.
And that's what I observe. I observe human beings and human behavior.
Yes. I can see you already have, mashallah, you mastered the nature of dealing with human being, with with different backgrounds, different cultures, religion. And I personally sense it from day one I have met you.
Thank you. I think, Miss Mariam, it's all about genuinely liking people. But I think most people like people to get something back. If I pretend I'm interested in your life. Would you do business with me? And I think culture, especially in business, people are aware of it now. So they can see if you're real or not. So I try, because I'm always trying and growing, is try to be as honest as I can.
Yes. And you are honest.
Yes.
The most authentic person I have crossed
Thank
through,
you.
it's you, really.
Thank you. And here I am, I put my heart on the table. Somebody will step on it. Somebody will kick it. Somebody will honor it. But that's who I am. And you can only be who you are.
Yes, true. And because you went through a journey full of challenges, maybe traumas, maybe self-doubts, fear, I can understand this. And this is part of any genuine influential leader in the world.
Well, thank you.
And your journey is very unique.
Thank you.
I'm not saying this
so's
because we are
yours.
recording.
No, and so's yours.
Yes.
And most people think, I actually bought a publication company in the UK.
Yes.
And because there's so many people who want to write their journey, one of the most common things is that my journey isn't that exciting, or I'm actually going through this journey. But everybody has their own journey.
True, everybody has, but the problem is that, or let's say the concern is that the people, they don't want, as their nature maybe, they don't want to be seen small. They don't want to be stuck from.
They care too much
They're
about what other
embarrassed
people
of
think.
seeing small, yeah.
Because, and you know what, the person who's embarrassed of being seen small is too embarrassed of rejection. So they never go out and sell their company to anyone, sell their idea, their vision. They never ask for a salary increase. They never get better jobs because they don't want to get rejected. They care about people's opinions. The moment you stop caring and loving yourself first, the future's bright.
True. And I agree with you 100% because, and this is a true fact, and painful for me, it's a painful fact that the number one fundamental fear today in the world, if you notice, it's what people think of me. This sentence has killed many dreams,
And where you and I get on very well is that we actually care. True. What you said was what upsets you because you get hurt by the limitations people set themselves. And it's the same with me. They come on the course, they say the right things, but then they bring their ceiling down. They can have a limitless life, but they choose to be limited and confined within the boundaries they set themselves.
True. And they have been, most of them, they will leave the life and they have never lived anyway. They never leave.
Then it's over.
Yes.
And then they have hopefully, old age is a bonus.
True.
And they look back and have a life of frustrations.
Yes.
I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that.
Yes.
I don't think you and I will ever think that.
Yes, hopefully.
Because we're fearless.
Yes, true. We are fearless. And for me, it took for a while. I will be very honest. It took me years thinking of it. But, thank God that I overcome it. And I don't give any care of what others will think of me because I feel they will not pay our bills, 100 years from now.
Nobody's going to say,
will be here.
You know what?
We will not be here.
You're not doing that. Let me pay your children's school fees.
Yeah.
Let me buy them clothes. They don't. Yes. We come on this world alone, right? And we leave alone.
True.
In this journey, we got to have people coming on board on our journey. I don't know how long that lasts, but then they should enhance your life. And genuinely, we are alone, but we shouldn't feeling lonely.
Yes.
Right? So we are a group of family, friends, and it's amazing. And it's proven that if you have a community and you live longer, being alone is not good for your health. But you're responsible for your own life.
True. And the moment that you realize that you have only one life to live, this moment is really, I believe, it's the only moment. It's the transformation moment for any human being.
Yes.
When they realize that we have only one life to live, and what we left, it's gone. That's all. We have to live in the now.
I see people. You're absolutely right. I see people walking around like zombies, and the concern is the football game. The concern is the Netflix program. The concern is what the boss will say. They just, and the salary, and there's not enough days. The money runs out 2 days before the salary is due. And there's no growth, and it hurts me.
Yes,
it hurts me because they've been conditioned not to have abundance in their life, and that could be abundance of love, happiness, connection, wealth. It doesn't necessarily mean money. but it just succumbed to circumstances.
Very true, yes. And for me, I feel like the same feeling. I feel like the one who are saying, we are okay, we are secured, it's enough for us, we are okay. We are okay. Those people are saying we are okay. I feel the most dangerous people living in the earth, because what's okay you are about?
What's okay?
What's okay you are about?
It's like I was going to go west on a different conversation, but I don't think you'll appreciate it. But so let's say with children, okay? So you go to your child and say, how was your exam? It was okay.
Yes.
You're never going to accept it. What was okay? You're going to get good results, you do your best, it was okay. What is an okay life? Yes. Do you have an okay marriage? Do you have an okay relationship with your children? Do you have an okay standard of living? Okay home? Even good is rubbish.
Yes.
Yes. The good thing about the 21st century is that people want, because we can travel more, we can have more adventure, we want more than good. We want outstanding.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the reason most marriages end in divorce, the reason most people have affairs, is because they're seeking outstanding somewhere else.
True.
And they don't realize the grass isn't greener.
On the other side.
It isn't, never is.
Yes.
You just have to make an effort in your own life.
True. That's why you remind me of people, who keep jumping from one industry to another, thinking that this is not for me. They just give themselves 6 months maybe.
It's only geography.
True.
You're the same person with the same challenges and issues. You're constantly looking for the honeymoon.
Yes.
But the honeymoon always ends.
Yes. This is the problem. I feel, they lack maybe the education, the awareness, or the way they grow up.
I think if all of those, I think ultimately the excitement of something new is more appealing to them than the continuation of discipline. Because after that 6 months, they either get found out they're not very good, or they realize that business relationship isn't good, so they jump. But then you and I know it needs consistency, and consistency isn't exciting. Going to gym every day it's not exciting.
Yes.
Okay, but somewhere along the way you got to accept that the process needs to be done for you to have a good body or wealth in your life or promotion.
Yes, and the end result that you are putting in the mind.
Yes.
This is what I believe
Focus.
motivates you to continue and keep going through.
Absolutely focus.
True. Great, amazing insights. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, now it came to my mind, Dariush, you are the man behind the Gladiator Mastery. And the first time I came to know about it, before I met you physically, actually, it's through a webinar. I was invited there during, I believe it was 2022. It was question and answer session, 2 hours. I was attending there, and it was the first invitation that from that company. Why have attended? It
Was it Najahi?
Yeah, Najahi.
Wow.
And it was, I said, it's
I've
a
got to
master plan.
Thank them for introducing you to our lives.
It's, I am so grateful for the master plan that, it helped us to connect and to come and know you. I was, amazed of the way you were very, open, very transparent, answering, every single question from the attendees. I never asked you, but I do remember you answer one of the questions and regarding the self-doubt and the noise within and how it was, many times you were about to give up, but you didn't let this happen to you. And I just type, is it the same imposter syndrome? Because you were, clearly explaining in details. So I say, is it imposter syndrome the same what you are talking about? Then you say, Mariam, yeah, it is the same.
Yes.
So, and you keep, in these 2 hours, I felt it's like 10 minutes. And I feel that this person, he's very humble and he's talking my language. Sometimes when you are aligned with someone and regardless of the industry you are in,
energy.
At the end, we are serving,
Yes.
we are into sales and marketing and we are serving. So I feel you attracted me, honestly. And I say, I have to be in his school.
And we've become friends ever since.
Yeah. And then after that, and what inspired me more, that you are going after the session directly, you are heading to the airport to travel to, I think, Mexico for a
Yes,
business.
yes,
And I
yes.
say, see, he could have like cancel it. He's going, but still he's so committed. So I feel he is the one who will say and like commit to his words. Then I just registered your Gladiator Mastery, and I met you after few months. The first time I met you, not in the workshop itself, I met you in your office.
Yes.
And this is another story itself. When I came to your office, I was programmed in corporate industry that the boss, the CEO of the company, he's on his office. You have to wait for a long time outside, and then you got invited and enter the room. But when I came, I was, welcomed. I felt the energy of love, care, attention in the arena itself and amongst the whole team. And the arena was new, your office, by the way. And it was, I mentioned this, that I love the smell of the new arenas and new items, like new cars, new.
The smell of the fresh
Yes,
leather
I
and
love
the paint.
it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then your one of your staff came and welcomed me, and everyone they were amazing, literally amazing. I feel home. Then few minutes, just you yourself came and you were like welcoming me. I said, I didn't know. He's the same himself. And say how humble this guy is. I thought like I will come and enter your office, but you came and you welcomed me, and we sat together and we shared our story. And the beginning of this, I feel I know you
Friendship.
over 5
Me,
years.
you.
I didn't feel like
Me,
it's
you,
just
I
1
swear,
year.
I swear. I feel
Yeah.
honored to have you in our lives.
Thank
Really
you.
blessed. Thank
Same.
you.
I'm so grateful that you are part of my life also.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I have attended your Gladiator Mastery. It was in March last year, and it was amazing. Honestly, it was amazing. Practical demos, and it was very authentic. The 30 years of your experience, practical experience, being in the ground every day, every single day. I am missing really this, power of association in your Gladiator Mastery program. So let's start of it. This is, what I came to know you through. What inspired you, Dariush, to start the foundation of Gladiator Mastery, and what this 30 years of experience as personal experiences, it has shaped the foundation of the Gladiator Mastery?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And what's that would be the longest question anybody's asked me ever. So thank you so much. Okay, end of the day, it's not imposter syndrome, but I went to a billionaire's office earlier this week, and it was all ego. I had to sit and listen to him for an hour talking about himself. And I walked out thinking, one, I feel drained. Two, he must be so insecure that all he has to do is talk about himself to get that connection in the room, or affection or love from or acceptance from other people in the room. Because if you're really secure and successful, you don't talk.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I'm humbled by the fact that you think, but people say to me, oh, you make coffee for staff, you make your own coffee, or you serve our coffee. Absolutely. It's just ego. Ego's,
Yes.
what is it? Ego, yes. So I don't think, ego is important because it gives you confidence.
Yes.
If you lack ego, you can't stand on stage. If you got ego, you can't have certainty when you're teaching someone. My certainty has come through the fact that I've been there, done it, and I know what works, and I know what doesn't work, because I've failed far more than I've succeeded. And to be honest with you, my Gladiator Mastery, to answer your question, didn't come through this vision of helping people, but I just wanted to make more money. So what happened was, when I came here, I was selling my time. So I spent a few hours with someone that paid me. Then I thought, hang on a second, I'm training my gym or personal trainers that they're never going to get rich dealing with one client at a time, because you can only do 10, 12 hours a day. So you either charge more, and there's no other way, because you can't create more hours in a day. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll get a group of people coming in, charge a little less, but bigger group, I can earn more money for the time. But then, just like yourself, because I care, I got carried away, and my events came from 8 a.m. till midnight. So instead of doing like a 2-hour program, 3-hour, I was doing 14, 16-hour programs. And then I thought, oh, I've got so much more to give. I did 2 days.
Yes.
I think you came to the 1-day one, right?
One day, yeah,
one.
true.
Before, the year before, it was 2 days. And, you know, end of the day, my back was hurting. I had blisters in my feet. And honestly, it was so much content. The money people were getting, they were getting far too much value. And they were forgetting 90% of what I was teaching them.
And you always deliver.
Over-deliver.
Always.
And always stay behind, always this. So it kind of took its toll physically and mentally, because I was the one selling the tickets and stuff like this. But it really worked well. And yeah, practically fun, community. I know that lots of people made a lot of money after the courses. But then I haven't done one for 6 months because it was just exhausting. What upsets me is that a percentage of people sit there, they pay.
Yes.
And they have lives, they have children, they have families, they have what they do at the weekend. So they compromise that, they sacrifice that to spend time in the room. A certain percentage of people argue.
Yes.
Just argue.
Unfortunately. The poor mindset.
Certain percentage of people don't even pick up the pen to take notes. And I can't understand, what is that is stopping people to take notes? Then I look at people like Tony Robbins, who has 12,000 people in the room, and he really cares. And for the last 40 years, he's been doing the same thing. And I'm like, wow, this guy's 62.3 and he's still continuing, standing on stage morning to evening. But then when he says dollars, or he sometimes swears, people get up and walk out. One thing I noticed from him, though, he doesn't get distracted by the people who walk out.
Yes.
He just continues, and he's a billionaire. So I get affected. So if I'm in a room of 100 people and I see 2 people are not taking notes, I focus on them. And sometimes too much. Because the other people who are taking notes, their time is being taken away by me trying to change the people who don't want to take notes.
Yes. The
So
people who don't have the desire to change even.
They don't. And then I have to stop. I have to stop caring so much, trying to change everyone, because it's a helpless cause.
Yes.
There's some people who will come, who will pay, won't do anything.
Yes.
And it's sad.
This is the painful fact again, unfortunately.
It's a numbers
They
game.
just keep it in the drawer.
And if they don't want it enough, they will never change.
Yes, you are right. And I personally, I have implemented, because I have attended also the small workshops. You have did it 2 hours in last April, last year, in your beautiful arena again. And honestly, I implement like majority of it.
Thank you.
I have seen change in the results. I have seen change in, the way of connecting with people and getting like the appreciation.
The trust.
Yes.
Ms. Mariam, do you know what it is? I advise people on saving.
Yes.
And where to invest their money.
Yes.
And what's amazing is that majority of people I help, they don't even phone to say thank you. They don't even keep me posted, and they continue investing, they're benefiting. I know, because I have a relationship with these investment companies. I'm not after a thank you. I'm thinking, what a shame, because their mentality is scarcity. They think although Dariush has helped me, if I tell him about investing, maybe he's taking something. Maybe it's going to limit my earnings. So I have this thing of like, I don't want to tell anyone. I want to keep it to myself, right? And that's a problem, because if you actually meet really successful people, they just want to share everything. They don't think just because you're going to win, just because Kira's going to win, I'm going to lose. We can all win in life.
And the abundance, it means, we all compete.
Yes.
We all complete, honestly,
complete.
Instead
we
of
don't
competing.
compete.
Yeah, we don't compete.
Exactly.
We complete each other.
Yes.
So the abundance, the success, achievement, recognitions of other people in our life, it adds to us.
It's
Not
so
the other
out
way.
there for 10 lifetimes.
Yes.
Just that you have to have an abundance mentality.
Yes.
And I tell you why you smiling. So the moment constantly somebody smiles, they live in gratitude.
True.
If you live in gratitude, you only see good things in things,
Yes.
And yes, people look at you and think, oh, she's got it too easy. She must be married to a rich person. She must be brought up in a rich family.
Absolutely.
They don't realize that happiness is a decision.
Yes.
You choose to be happy.
True. And everyone has facing challenges, to be here today.
Yes.
I went through challenges to
Yes.
come here.
I'm sure.
And but we don't show this, because this is part of the life. Yeah, this is the life. It's nothing like it's nothing to shout about, but this is part of life and we have to accept it.
And this is what gladiators think.
Yes,
And that's
true.
part of life.
Yes.
My life is tough.
Yes.
And I was born with shackles,
Yes.
whatever shackles they are.
Yes.
Maybe a tough childhood,
Yes.
poor background, whatever. But then you're not going to live your life with shackles. You've got to set free.
True, you are right. And you know what you mentioned, I feel coming out. I will add onto your, what you're sharing, and I believe totally agree with what you have said regarding the behavior of the unexpected one we have seen from some people, you know. It comes maybe out of ungratefulness, I feel, to the person.
Do you know what upsets me? This self entitlement. The world owes me.
Yes.
The world owes me because I have good looks. The world owes me because I have British passport. The world owes me because I have blue eyes. The world owes me because I'm a man. The world owes me. The world doesn't owe you nothing.
Again, the ego.
The ego.
Yes.
Work. You know, you're not going to.
Yes.
There are people in England. It was really funny. About 30 years ago, England introduced the national lottery. And the chance of winning the lottery is actually less than being struck by lightning twice. Okay, so you got more chance of being struck by lightning twice than winning the national lottery. And 30 to 40 million people buy tickets every week. And do you know what they do, Miss Mariam? They imagine what their life's going to be like when they win the lottery.
And every day they came in a queue waiting for the hope.
For that $1 to invest, that hope. And then what happens is, because they're thinking, when I win the lottery, but just luck and not putting effort in, they forget about their own lives.
True.
And then on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, when the national lottery has been drawn 1 in 50 million wins, okay, then they look around the lounge, they think, I have a miserable life.
Yes.
And then Wednesday, they buy another ticket and they live this dream. But society, school doesn't teach you that you can turn your reality into dreams if you work one step at a time.
Yes.
Stop hoping and wishing and
Yes.
praying that luck's going to come in. You
And
create your own luck.
Yes, I agree, 100%. You are right. And what's funny, those who are participating in lottery and hoping one day they will get, let's say one of them, they got the lucky one.
Yes.
You remind me of a study just recently. I heard about it in 2021, I think. Those who
Lottery
got
winners.
lottery
Some
winners,
of them lose their money in 3
within
years.
3 to 5 years,
They've lost
they
it.
estimated a study. They did with a group of thousands of people. 3 to 5 years, they go back to where they were,
Yes.
or maybe in the minus even.
Yes. It's
Because
self-sabotage.
they didn't grow. I believe they didn't grow. They got the easy money and they didn't grow mentally.
We always go back to what we always done.
Yes.
So, and it's often the lowest common denominator.
Yes.
Okay. It's a lot easier not to do anything than to do something. And by nature, human beings are lazy. I'm lazy. But I realize I'm lazy because I'm trying to always, as an entrepreneur, got the fastest route to something. Why do that when I can go from A to B quickest? But I do realize it takes time.
Yes.
And it takes effort. It takes action. And most people, one, they don't have financial education. Two, they self-sabotage. They go back to the ghetto they came from.
Yes.
And there's an English saying, you can take a man from the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto from the man.
Yes. True. You're right.
So they always go back to what they've always known,
Yes. Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, habitually, we do things every time. I guess we go to the same coffee shops, sit in the same table, same chair on the same table,
Yes, yes.
and not necessarily the best coffee shop.
Yes.
But we just go in because habitual. People are
Yes, yeah.
habitual.
Yes. Yes.
And that's a mild case, but extreme cases, they self-sabotage and go back to the ghetto they came
You
from.
are right again. Okay, coming back to the investment, Dariush, you have shared some plans with me, and I'm thankful. My forever, I'm thankful to you, to the plans you have shared. It was never there in my mind if you didn't share it with me.
Wait till I introduce you to the olive trees.
Yes.
That's even better.
Yeah, very soon. You are announcing, see, out of your care, you are
They're
announcing.
here tomorrow. We're signing the agreement. I'm putting
Yes.
quite a large amount of money in it. So I always put first.
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend people to put things that I don't do myself.
Yes, yes.
But that investment of olive trees for 100 and odd years,
Yes.
for our great-great-great-grandkids will
Yeah.
benefit from it.
Yeah, this is what I loved, and that day I impressed, about the way you think of. You are not thinking of your grandkids. You are thinking of the grandkids of your
Many
children.
generations after.
So
Absolutely.
this generational wealth, and I believe it starts with one person dedication in the family, and I believe it's you
Thank
from
you.
your family.
Do you know what it is, Miss Mariam? I lost my father, and then his money went to my grandfather, his father, because he was very young,
Yes.
and my mom was 23. So, and then unfortunately, my grandfather passed, and I saw the family fight for money. And what was sad was that my father's family took our share of money. So my uncles, my aunts divided my grandfather and my father's to eighth, and then me and my sister got a fraction of my father's money. And that hurt.
Yes.
And I thought, you know what, I'm never going to allow that to happen to my family. And the funny thing is, Miss Mariam, 40 years on, myself and my sister have more wealth than all of them all together. And they were all rich. All rich. They live in small apartments in France, Germany, all Austria, all struggling. And it breaks my heart. And here's the thing, right? When you're fearless, and I made a decision because I don't care.
Yes.
I do care, but I don't care what people think. I want to. Do you know what's the worst thing, Miss Mariam? When you meet someone, they shake your hand, everything's okay, but you find out later on there was something that they didn't share with you. They were upset with you. They didn't like you, and they tell others
Oh, behind you.
behind you. So what I do is I tell people. 90% of the time they don't like it. I'll never see them again. But at least they know I was honest.
Yes.
They don't have to hear it through a third party. So I'll give you an example. I met my aunt after 30 years. Okay. I went to Paris. I met with her. This happened yesterday, so I'm sharing. It's very fresh, and nobody's heard this before. So I spoke to my aunt, and I said to her, you know, aunt, I'm really upset that you took the money and you guys built your lives, and you didn't care about your brother's children.
Yes.
And I was 7 and my sister was 3. You just let us go with our mom. Okay? She said, no. I explained all sorts of situations.
Yes.
And then I advised her back in June or July of last year where to invest money. Okay? And her investment is over 4,000 euros a month returns every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks, she was getting 4,000 euros a year from her investments. Now she's getting it every 6 weeks through my advice. So before Christmas, she phones up and says, look, you got 4 children, give them 1,000 euros each. Don't send the money to France, give them 1,000 euros each.
Yes.
So I went, no, it's too much. And also my children don't need, no, I insist. I've been out of their lives for so long. Please give them 1,000 euros each. So I went and told the children, like, oh, fantastic, thank you so much. They didn't expect it. They were happy and humbled by it. 2 weeks before Christmas, she phones up and says, my sister's children need the money. Send it to them. So I sent them the 4,000, but I had a lump in my throat.
Yeah.
Saying, what about my kids? Here we go again. Here we go again. You haven't learned your lesson. You, again, taking this money that I've created for you through my investment, even as courtesy, you should have said no. Okay, but you took every dollar or every euro of that 4,000 and gave it to the other family again.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
well, you could have done is said, you know what, you have 500, and I'll take 2,000 and give it. You could have spread it all, but you chose not to give my children nothing after we thanked you for a gift you said you were going to give. So my correspondence with her went very quiet from Christmas till yesterday.
Yes.
And then she sends me a message. I think she's got it on her diary that every week, just get in touch with me. And I said, oh, thank you very much. Love you too. Boom. Then I was driving and I thought, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. And I messaged her and I said, I have a bone to pick with you. And the fact is that you've continued this pattern of only taking care of yourself. Yes. You thought my kids are rich, we don't need it, okay? But it was the act of kindness that you forgot again.
Yes, and integrity, I believe.
Yes, I will continue to pay you 4,000 every 6 weeks. I have utmost love for you as my family, but we're no longer close. Because you didn't think about the feelings of my kids. Yes. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but it's sad.
Very sad to hear.
It's sad. So they didn't learn their lessons after 40 years.
Yes. This is a problem that I came to know this recently, that, we can influence somehow, like instant, maybe influence. But we cannot change people, honestly. We cannot change. Maybe sometimes we invest years on somebody.
Unless they want to change themselves.
Yeah.
Here's another thing, Miss Mariam, is that I help a lot. I give away half my income.
Yes.
Okay, to friends, family, all over the place. And what's crazy is that the first payment, they can't thank you enough.
Oh.
Thank you, you changed my life, lifesaver. Second payment, thank you so much. The third payment, they message me, when is it coming? Do you see how it goes from appreciation, so much appreciation, then expectation?
True.
Some of them didn't even wish me a happy new year. You know, and I get a thanks. Sometimes I don't even get a thanks. You know, and some of these family members are very close to me. I observe. I'm not doing it to buy their love. I'm doing it because I'm a kind and generous human being.
Yes.
And irrespective of how much hurt or pain, that's my character. I give, right? But I observe. I'm not stupid, right?
Yes.
And I think, isn't it funny, human behavior? Rarely anyone continues to be appreciative.
Yes, unfortunately.
They take it for granted.
Yes. This is a problem. And you know, you will see these people, they are always in trouble, by the way. Because they didn't learn this lesson the easy way, even the hard way.
They're protected in it for me.
Yeah.
And that I can fly first class, I can travel wherever I want to do whatever I want to do, because I truly believe when I give, the universe gives me so much more.
Yes.
So much more.
Yes.
I chose to, you know, that billionaire I met on Monday,
Yes.
I chose to walk away from his business because I felt money's welcome,
Yes.
but I felt drained and I don't want that energy in my life. So I just walked away from the deal.
Yes. Amazing.
Didn't feel good. And how many of us do things that doesn't feel good, but it's necessity because of our financial situation?
Yes. Because of the security and the quality of life they are able.
Well, the quality of life suffers because we're going for security.
Yes. And you know, majority of people around the world, they are unhappy, unfulfilled.
Yes.
And broke.
Yes. Just barely scraping by.
And those people who are saying money is not everything, those are the people who always protect, you know. They ask for the money, the money.
Money isn't everything. Money gives you choices, and more choices you have, more freedom you feel. If you're a bad person, it only magnifies your badness, right?
True.
So money gives you choices, and most people, I believe, are good people. They just don't. Money is a trigger, like religion, you know. And you know, I have my own opinions about religion, but most wars are caused by money and religion, unfortunately. And it's the way human beings translate things, the way they interpret things, which is not right.
Yes, you're right.
In my opinion.
Yes. And I believe, money is not everything, but it can be the solution for over 90% of the problems in your life and the lives of others.
Yes.
And I have heard that this sayings in our last convention event last year, that you know, this sentence, money is not everything, you can hear it from two people, the very rich people and the very poor people only.
Yes.
So, and I feel that, again, they are not aware of, they are not educated enough, or the false, let's say, programming from the early age of their life.
Because most of us are born poor.
Yes.
You know, life, you know, a lot of people get into multi-level marketing.
Yes.
And so it's pyramid selling. Isn't every company a pyramid?
It's pyramid. You know, what's the definition of pyramids? It's since everyone is getting benefit, it's pyramid.
It's pyramid, exactly. Isn't the guy at McDonald's earning $50 million a year, and the guy who works at McDonald's shop floor gets $10 an hour?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pyramid.
Yes.
There's a lot more people on the shop floor, and there's only one CEO.
Yes.
So what's wrong with that? Anybody benefits. You just have to do your best to climb that ladder to get to the top. But most people don't want to climb the ladder.
Yeah. They want elevators only.
They just don't want to make sacrifices. They want to have the
Yes.
I have somebody who recently started working for me.
Yes.
And this person, I'm following you, I'm this, I'm hungry, I'm this.
Yes.
And then I noticed that this person goes to bed at 2 a.m. and then in a mood in the morning. If you can't sacrifice your personal life, be a bit disciplined, how can you achieve great heights if you're tired during work hours?
Yes, true.
All you have to just devote some time.
Yes.
And the results Yeah.
Strange again. Yeah. They are not willing, to pay the price. They don't understand
wanting.
that everything, it has a price. Everything.
Yes.
They keep, but one thing I feel there is a conflict on this, the way they think. They are ready to give 30, maybe 40 years of their life to a job they hate.
Yes.
And they go every day with this. Every day they are keeping complaining. Just last weekend I was sitting with an ex-colleague. Because, I used to work for 5 years and I am not underestimating any job again. I highly appreciate all
Again,
jobs.
you're observing.
Yeah.
You observe.
And again, she resigned and again she got back to job and again complaining. When I sit with them, the conversation's all about complaining. All
One,
employees
they're
in my
victims,
life, when I sit with them, they are complain.
Because they're victims.
Yeah.
So they're not in charge of their own circumstances.
Yeah.
Um,
They are ready to give
do you know what
30
it is,
years.
Miss Mariam?
Yes.
It's peer group.
Yeah.
So what happens is they probably don't want to socialize with you that much.
Yes.
What they want to do is we want to hang around other employees because they share how sad their lives are, and it makes it okay.
Yes.
Right? I'm a loner. I'm a lonely guy, and not lonely. I choose to be alone because I don't want that energy of people sitting around, people complaining, because I want to sort it out. I want to fix it, and then I alienate myself.
Yes.
Right? Because they're actually used to complaining.
Yes, absolutely, you are right.
They become very good at it.
Yes. And the more you grow, I feel automatically you don't want, like some people will drop off from your life.
Yes.
You will feel you are more conscious of your time, where to put it, to sit with whom.
Yes.
Because they are affect us,
Yes.
We cannot say, no, we will sit and, we just compliment. We will not say anything. We will not get affected of what they are saying. But we will. We are human at the end.
Muhammad Ali said, if you are 50, you have to change the way you look at life from when you were 30.
Yes.
Otherwise, you wasted 20 years of your life.
Yes. He's
We
right.
become more aware. Our perception of things changes. We value time more. We don't throw it away so much.
Yes.
We are more aware of energies. Maybe sometimes when we're young, we have so much energy, we're not even aware of what we're doing.
Yes.
Some of it could be destructive, some of it could be empowering.
Yes.
But then when you're older, you sit back a little, you observe, and you choose where you spend your energy.
You are right, yeah. That the key is that we don't know how much left of us, and unfortunately a lot of people, they act like they will live forever.
Forever. So true.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Yes.
this lifespan is a blink of an eye. And I was saying yesterday, my 92-year-old grandma said life's short.
Yes, very short.
And she was 92.
So now when we go back, Dariush, to God bless her and, give her more year. And I believe she has a lot of insight and wisdom she shared with you.
Yes, thank you.
And wanted to ask you, what's the one, let's say, wisdom mindset you wished you had in your younger self, let's say 30 years ago or 40 years
I
ago?
would have sought more masters. I would have sought more masters because nobody taught me. So I will go to the library and want one book. But whilst sitting there, I wasn't thinking, well, that book's taken. Let's look at other books.
Yes.
I was very much driven into one direction. I would have done more masters, like who's the master of this? I would have sought information. Who's master of meditation, love, really, whatever it was. I would have sought more masters and learn. I did too much by myself.
Yes.
And it took its toll on health, energy, money I lost. But I could have learned from people who lost it.
Yes.
And I had to repeat the same mistake. And that's part of what Gladiator Mastery does. So if you're wise, if you're young,
Yes.
and you're willing to learn, your future's successful, period.
Yes.
But then often people want change when it's later on in life.
Yes, absolutely.
So I wish I'd done that when I was younger.
Yes. Okay, and I feel you were, when you were younger, you were focusing on the how more.
How?
How rather than the who. Who's there, the master? Who's there who I want to be in his place, that I go seek the help?
I was probably
Yes.
a victim. I was probably like, my dad died, I'm a refugee, I'm bullied by my mom, poor me. I had a lot of hate, I had a lot of anger. So I used to constantly get in fights. I was regularly in police jail, believe it or not. because I was so angry. They just put me in jail to calm me down. And I was just a raving, crazy guy. I feel sorry for Ali, my son is 30 now. I feel sorry for him. When I was taking him to school, I could guarantee I'll get into some fight, because road rage, and because I was angry, very, very angry.
And how you heal from that
Um,
or overcome it?
Health, health, and I had suffered from heart attacks.
Yes.
Then I think the last time I was in jail in England, I was in a suit, a very expensive suit. And I looked at my knuckles and they were all bleeding. And I was thinking, this is sad. This is sad. This is not how it should be, right? So I just decided no more and got myself on a course of personal development. And I realized that I have anger inside that I had to deal with. And it wasn't towards my mom. If you actually look at your parents and their upbringing, they're a product of their upbringing and their parents' upbringing. So I actually had to go generations back to make sure it stops at me. It doesn't continue. And ultimately, I realized I actually love everyone.
Yes. Yes.
It's only about love. And I realized why I was so angry. I was angry that my dad left me. I thought that my dad was God. Yes, because I never knew him, don't have his memory. Then I realized I had so much anger towards him for leaving a little boy so young.
Which is out of control. But
Out
at
of
that
control.
age,
But I had
you couldn't.
anger,
Yes.
like, how could you? How could you?
Yes.
I had to deal with that.
Yes.
I had anger towards my mum, who always wanted safety and security, and I couldn't go and play outside. I couldn't have other friends because she was worried about me getting hurt, worried about this, constantly worrying. So I felt she clipped my wings. I had anger towards her. So lots of anger inside.
Yes. Yes. And the best thing I feel, the transformation change, it happens when you start being honest with yourself and admitting that you have this challenge, this problem.
Yes.
I believe this was the moment that you decided to change.
Yes. It's like when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous now, I've seen the movies, the first thing you say is my name and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You have to admit
Yes.
what you are
Yes.
so you can deal with it.
Yeah. So you can change and, progress.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you think, if it continues like this, it's not going to be a good life.
Yeah.
So I better change.
Yes.
Now I have understanding, then I need to change.
Yes, you are right. Okay, Dariush, it came to my mind just now while talking. You have created wealth from zero, and then for some reasons you lost it. You didn't win bankruptcy, but you lost it because of an incident. It happens. If you would like to share it, I have seen it, hear it many times from you. Again, you came from zero, and you rebuilt your wealth. Usually when someone, like, let's say, an entrepreneur or a millionaire, he starts, earning, he starts winning and creating wealth, the confidence increased in him. And somehow the mentality, it's like all about abundance. Going back to zero, it's like trigger or attract the scarcity mentality. And I believe majority of people, they quit. This is the end of the life, and they go maybe back to job, or stay at the
Safety.
safety. So I believe it takes a lot of courage for you to restart again, rebuild. I know it's not from zero because you already with multiple of expertise and experiences and knowledge and awareness, but at the same time it's very hard to keep going and start from, because it takes time again. It will take time.
Miss Mariam, do you know what's hardest?
Yeah.
The hardest is when you have it to keep going. When you burn your boats
Yes.
and food's not going to be delivered on the table for your kids, they can't go to school, it's easy to get up in the morning.
Yes.
You got that motivation to do that.
Yes.
The hardest is when everything's taken care of to get up and go to work.
Yes.
So if anybody's listening, I say burn your boats.
Yeah.
don't give yourself options. Just go forward.
Yes.
But then the worst is when comfort zone sets in. Then you have choices. Stay in bed, eat the wrong food, socialize with the wrong people.
Yes.
Don't go forward.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
the...
It's like you keep lying to yourself, and
You lose focus.
Yes.
You lose focus. You get distracted by noise. And then you wonder why 2 years has gone by. Can you believe it's 3 years since COVID?
Yes.
3 years since
Yes,
COVID.
sir.
It's just gone like this. Before we know it, it'll be 20 years since COVID. And have we achieved what we really set out to do? Did we make the millions? And did we take advantage of this opportunity after COVID? I didn't.
Yes. Exactly.
Not enough. So opportunities are there right under our noses.
Yes.
Whether we take it
Yes.
and start just being comfortable all the time.
Yes, you are right. And I believe that's why I don't like to put like the first year, the new year resolutions like majority they do. What I do rather, like what habits I want to leave it into 2023, I put decisions, a new decision, and I put targets instead of resolution I will do, because majority I have came to know this statistically, they approve it like over like 80 something % of people within third week of January in the new year, it's gone.
So
they go back to the old habits.
Yes.
And they feel they came up with a victim and excuses for themselves to make themselves calm, comfortable.
Yes.
That we don't have time, we don't have how, we got distracted with this and that, and they start complaining and believing that lies.
What if we actually did a New Year's resolution for a Jewish New Year, Islamic New Year, Chinese New Year? That would be good, right? We have 4 or 5 lasting 30 days. I just came up with that one. Let's not do the Christian New Year. Let's celebrate every New Year, do resolutions. So your goals, you got to change. You got to keep setting new goals.
Yeah. And we need just to replace. We don't want extra hours. We just need to replace the new habits with the old one.
Yes.
And we keep going through until we find. We believe. I have came across. There is a book by Smith, I think. I can't recall the author. He mentioned that the book is called The Practice. And he mentioned that what's the problem, the program we are programmed since school, early stage, that when we want to do anything, we keep thinking a lot of the end results. And we keep thinking whenever we will be ready, whenever we are preparing, whenever. And then it keeps us procrastinating, and we will never do it. But he gave an example. Let's say if he said, imagine you are walking in a park and you have seen like a swimming pool and a child is drowning in the swimming pool. What you will do as instead? You will jump to them. You will not think of like, am I swimming enough to go, or I'm there, or what will happen? You will go to the sake of this. So if we live each day and work with that mentality, I believe,
incredible
the
lives.
Results will come out of it. Yeah.
Incredible lives, absolutely.
Yeah. The problem as a human, again, human nature, we love to complicate things. Complexity.
Richard
we like
Branson
to complicate.
said, to keep things simple is the hardest task.
Yes.
Yes, you got to simplify things.
Yes.
It's not, people don't make it easy.
Yes, and Tony Robbins, he mentioned last time I have heard in one of his speech that the complexity is the enemy of execution.
Wow.
Yeah, and the repetition is the mother of mastery. Yes. I believe, everything, as you said, the great things, it takes time.
Very true.
Amazing. So again, we come to education, Dariush. I have heard one of your podcasts with one of your guests recently that you announced you will launch your first book, but you didn't mention the subject of the book. So I was so happy, glad to hear this news.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it will be a lot of golden nuggets in it. I can't wait to grab my copy.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask what pushed you to write a book?
I think there's enough. I've got 2,500 videos out there.
Yes.
So it's enough for a legacy. What happened was I realized that my worth in the marketplace is higher if I'm an author.
Yes.
So if I go on stage and say, oh, this guy's written a book, 2 books, bestsellers, my value in the marketplace goes up. Yes. And that's honestly the only reason. Yes. Because now children or generations in legacy, they don't even like reading books. They want to listen to audio tapes and stuff. So I've got enough material out there to last many generations.
Yes.
But just the book was to add value
Yes.
to my worth in the marketplace.
Yes, great. But there are a group of people who like also reading, and I believe
Okay,
it
that's
would be
diminishing, by the way. That's diminishing.
Yes.
But if they want to, they could watch my
Yes.
videos. They go to
Yeah.
YouTube. So the material is there.
Yes.
A lot of things in the book you've heard
Yes,
before.
we're having.
We'll
Yes.
wrap up.
Okay. Just the last few questions, very
Certainly,
short.
certainly.
If you had the authority, Dariush, to change in the education system today in the world, what the one thing you will change?
I would eliminate exams because life doesn't work like that.
Yes.
So they're preparing them for exams, and where in life
Yes.
you get exams and tests.
Yes.
What I would do education where you judged by your performance through the lifetime of education.
Yes.
That's what I would do, because it doesn't serve any purpose. Right now, my son's 16. They have exams in May. And do you know what they're doing? They're recapping everything to be passing the exam results. So they're going to waste 3 terms
True.
not learning anything new, so the school could get the results to say they're in the top tier of the schools for getting exam results. So they're fixing things. And they use as guinea pigs.
Yes, and it doesn't go with the reality at all.
Nothing.
Yeah. That's why when they graduated, they got
They got different jobs.
Yes.
None of my staff have got the same jobs as their qualifications.
Yes.
So that's what I would change. It doesn't prepare them for anything new.
Amazing, great. If you had the opportunity to shake and meet like our visionary Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, what you would
I will
say to
kiss
him?
his feet. I'll kiss his hands.
For 20 seconds only. You have 20
For
seconds.
19 seconds, I'll just hold on until his bodyguards pull me away. I'm like, thank you. Just total admiration.
Yes.
This man's visionary leadership, energy. I mean, I run a small business, and there are times I feel like quitting. This man ran a desert nation and turned it into a #1 brand in the world through hard times, good times. I'd learn every single day. And he's lost dear family members, sons, but he continues to grow and lead by vision and example. Humble, incredible. We're blessed to be in this generation, to have a leadership like that.
Yes.
So I really don't know what I would say. I just think in that 20 seconds, I'll say 35 thank yous. And then until they throw me away. Because I just...
You want to express your appreciation. And
Yes. Where a foreigner can come and build life he couldn't in his own countries.
Yes.
And you treat it with respect. And
Yes.
we had an incident of theft. The police came, the law and order, the infrastructure. You feel so... Where can I leave my 9-year-old in a mall and not worry about his health and safety and security?
Yes.
Yeah, where can I leave cash by mistake on a table? Go back, come an hour later, the money's still there.
Yeah, and sometimes you forgot maybe to lock your car.
Well, I never lock my car. I shouldn't say it on live. But I've never locked my front door of my house,
Yes.
And then what happens? I take this habit to England, but in 5 minutes the car's stolen.
But you announce it now. Now those who are targeting you, they will be. We need to remove
it. They know where my house is. So
Yeah.
And if they do, they get caught quickly
Yes,
because it's such incredible
Yes,
police system here. So nothing but admiration, and I learn from him every day.
Yes. And we are blessed to have you living with us here in UAE.
Thank you, Miss Mariam.
Thank you, Dariush. I truly hope we can spend more time. For me, it passed like 5 minutes. I didn't feel it.
Let's do it again, Miss Mariam.
Yeah, we will do it.
Stop here?
Yeah, because a lot of things in my mind still we didn't share. And
Let's do it.
I believe 100% a lot of audience there. You will touch their lives.
And so you have, and you will.
Yes.
Thank you so
much. Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.